Middle East peace is one of the linchpins of the Obama administration's foreign policy. So for Special Envoy George Mitchell not to have so far secured a meeting between Obama, Netanyahu and Abbas at next week's UN General Assembly is, on the face of it, a diplomatic failure. He spent months shuttling backwards and forwards to the Middle East, trying to win concessions from both sides, and the New York meeting should be its culmination. But the US Secretary of State downplayed any apparent lack of progress. The official US line, this is a long-term process with no artificial deadlines.
I can guarantee you that President Obama and I are very patient and very determined.
Mitchell has reached out to Egypt and Jordan in an attempt to encourage the Palestinians to the table. They've insisted on a permanent freeze of illegal settlements in the West Bank before talks. Washington has suggested a 12-month cessation. So far, the Israeli Prime Minister has only offered a shorter, temporary freeze. And questions are being asked again about whether the US can be trusted as an honest broker in the peace process if it can't bring itself to criticize Israel. A United Nations Commission report found Israel and Hamas guilty of actions amounting to war crimes and possible crimes against humanity in the war on Gaza in January. Asked for her reaction, the US ambassador to the UN dismissed the report as biased and insisted that looking back won't move the process forward.
Our view is that we need to be focused on the future. This is a time to work to cement progress towards the resumption of negotiations and their early and successful conclusion.
At the same time, analysts say there may be some diplomatic cunning going on, that Obama, Netanyahu and Abbas may meet at next week's GA after all.
The Israelis don't want to have a permanent settlement freeze. The Palestinians want them to issue one. And both sides want Obama on their side, and they both are making the same calculation that toughness would serve them more than being nice.
At first sight, a lack of progress over Israeli settlements and Palestinian borders appears to have stalled talks at next week's UN General Assembly. But psychology is important, and with all three men in New York, many analysts think it almost inconceivable there won't be some kind of trilateral negotiations. Whether those talks have any substance is a different matter. Terrett, Al Jazeera, Washington.